Welcome to Investors Guide. I'm very excited about this show because we're getting emails from younger and younger investors, 24-year-old, 23-year-olds writing in, asking us how to invest their money in mutual funds, and that makes us so very, very happy. Well, if you have a young person at home right now, grab a pen and paper and write down some of the advice you hear on this show. It'll be useful for anybody who's just starting off. If you have a question, you can send us an email. Our email ID is at the bottom of your screen. On the show this week, a very young man would like to save for a holiday. He'd like to take in 2 years and also for his retirement, so we're going to help him out. In our product review, we'll find out if the DSP BlackRock Equity Fund deserves any more of your patience at all, and we'll tell you what to keep in mind while buying a term cover. All right, let me invite Dhirendra Kumar into the show. Dhirendra, thank you so much for joining us. A lot of young people writing in with, a lot of questions. One of the things that normally worry young people about investing their money is, possibly making mistakes, and they leave a lot of money then in their bank accounts. They wait till it accumulates and then they start to invest it. I know that your main advice to anybody young right now is to just keep it simple. But if you were to give them a step into this equity market that we are seeing at this point, what would that be?
I think, the 3-4 simple rule, which, one, keeping it simple. And those 3-4 simple rules to be followed are, even at the cost of, sounding like a stuck record, I would like to repeat it. Get started with a conservative vehicle. Never invest lump sum. Invest only your long-term money into anything linked to the market. And not invest lump sum. The corollary, the other side of it is that always invest in a staggered manner. Always average your investment. So if you are not investing your short-term money, if you are only investing on a month-on-month basis or on some regular structured investment plan, so most of your worries will be taken care of.
Here's my piece of advice to all the young people watching. I know in this day and age of the internet and smartphones and everything available at the click of a button, that we have become a sort of impatient generation. What I want you to do is to simply teach yourself to have patience when it comes to your investments. Don't expect things to turn around and flip about and give you something to brag about in less than a week or in less than a couple of months. Only, like Dhirendra said, put in your long-term money, which means you have to give it 10 years to actually give you returns. You can't expect something to turn around immediately, even if you want it to be an instant investment. So if you keep that in mind, like Dhirendra said, keep it simple, do your research, pick an equity diversified mutual fund and start an SIP. You should be okay and you will not be sorry. Let's move on to our portfolio question. Well, 29-year-old Varun Goyal has written in from Gurgaon, Dhirendra. He has an income of 89,000 rupees a month and he saves about 44,000 rupees. Now, these are his goals. He wants to buy a home worth 1 crore rupees in the next 5 years. We have to wonder what it's going to cost after 5 years. He also wants to put aside 4 crore rupees for his retirement and 5 lakh rupees for a foreign trip over the next 2 or 3 years. And he sent us a list of his investments. He has 50,000 rupees going into the PPF, and that's going to make us frown. He has a term insurance policy and an RD of 20,000 rupees a month, medical insurance from his employer, and stocks of 4.5 lakh rupees. He wants to now start investing in mutual funds. First of all, I'm not so happy about the PPF, and I'm not so happy about the 4.5 lakh rupees in stocks when he doesn't have any mutual funds, Dhirendra. What would you recommend he does? If you look at his portfolio right now, I'd start him off with a health insurance policy that he must buy on his own. What else can we do to tweak his investments around?
Varun is a fixed income investor going by, the kind of money going into his PPF as well as his recurring deposit, 20,000 rupee. He really needs to reorient himself, and it is not that easy. Somebody who has been, who has configured all his investment in a fairly risk-averse way, and he has to really ask the very basic question that what he intends to achieve, will it be enough? The method that he has followed so far, will it be enough to achieve all his goals? And he should just follow some prudence in his, the goals which he is aspiring for. And they are fairly achievable given his scale of savings, 2,40,000 rupee going into recurring deposit. He should prioritize things. One is he should look at the tax saving investment that he needs to make. He should look at an emergency fund, and that money should be in a term deposit or in savings bank account or a liquid fund, and that's it. The rest of the money should find its way into a tax saving fund to the extent he can avail Section 80C, and maybe just keep his PPF account live for the heck of it, and stop making any substantial investment and discontinue his recurring deposit. All incremental savings that he can do over the 80C, after availing a Section 80C entitlement, that money should find its way into an equity fund. And this plan, as and when he is able to find that the worth of his capital, his savings or accumulation, is 25%, 30% of the value of the house which he intends to buy, he should buy it. That can happen in 3 years' time, and there are a lot of variables around that. One is that home prices may not go up, home prices might go down. Likewise, in both these cases, or his investment performance may be maybe outstanding, and if he's planning that he needs the house in 5 years, and if his accumulation actually is good enough in 3.5 years, he should well go ahead and actualize his goals.
All right, so this is the advice you're getting. Stop the contribution to your RD and to your PPF as far as you can. A lot of us assume that the PPF gives you a guaranteed return, but it doesn't really. The government sets the return on the PPF every year. So if you're assuming that you're going to get close to 8.5 or close to 8.45% for the rest of your life, that might not actually be true. That's something that will vary. So consider that when you're making that choice. Then either he'd want to put some money in mutual funds now. He sent us a list of funds he'd like you to approve. The L&T India Value, Axis Long Term, HDFC Balanced, L&T Large Cap Fund. I approve Growth and Other Services. I approve Value Discovery. And he has a surplus of 6,000 rupees he'd like to allocate. Again, when I'm looking at the funds, I don't know why he needs to go so specifically into Growth and Other Services. Would you just like him to pick up one of our portfolios instead?
Yeah, I would like him to pick one of our portfolio. But more importantly, if I have to just please him to make a selection from his investment, the ones which he has chosen, I would like to pick Axis Long-Term Equity as his tax-saving investment, and maybe ICICI Prudential Value Discovery Fund as his other long-term equity investment. And these two funds will be good enough if he's disciplined about it. And I would urge him to, seriously consider a part of his PPF money coming into this, and he should take a 5-7 years view while doing that.
All right, you can pick these two funds for the next 5 or 7 years and move some of the money that's going into your PPF and your RD into these funds. Alternatively, you can use our aggressive growth portfolio that's on your screen right now, and write back to us if you need any more help. Get that health insurance, so do it before you do anything else. It's not enough to just have health insurance from your employer. Very quick question from another young investor. 23-year-old Prateek Jain has written in. He has an income of 33,000 rupees a month. He's been investing, Virendra, 1,000 rupees in the PPF and 3,000 rupees in mutual funds. He wants to know if he's on track right now. He's using UTI Equity and iProof Focused Blue Chip. He wants to add one more SIP, and he wants to know which one he should add. Should he be using a balanced fund? He's good on short-term options right now. He has some assured returns. He wants tax saving at this point on his investment. So if you were to give him a tax-saving mutual fund, obviously the balanced fund won't do the trick here. He'll have to pick a conservative tax-saving fund. What would you recommend for him?
Why worry about a conservative one? Because you are getting locked into for 3 years anyway. So I would say that, he should, his two funds, his current investment in these two funds is good. He should not try to add any more fund. He should just increase his allocation here. And a good tax saving fund could well be, Franklin Tax Shield or ICICI Prudential Tax Plan or a Axis Long-Term Plan. He can choose one of any of these.
All right, so the 3 tax savers that Virendra just recommended are on your screen right now. And if you would like us to answer your question, you can get in touch. Email ID is at the bottom of your screen.